2016 has been a year of growth and success for Riggs Distler. We have added new customers, expanded into new geographic areas, and developed new services we can offer to our clients. Our revenue growth has fueled additions to our management and support staff, our fleet, and our project management capabilities. We'd like to show a couple of examples of the great work our crews have completed in the last year. These projects showcase the best of what Riggs Distler can offer to our clients.
Hi, I'm Scott Sematitis, Operations Manager of the Transmission Lines and Special Projects Group at Riggs Distler. The L10714 transmission project is a 26-mile rebuild of an existing 138 kV transmission line for a customer in Illinois. A rebuild means to tear out all existing structures and wire and rebuild with all new structures and wire. For the L10714 project, we removed 216 existing wooden H-frame structures and replaced them with 214 multi-section steel poles. The new poles range from 85 to 120 feet in height. 30% of these poles were installed on foundations, which were 4 to 6 feet in diameter and 20 to 25 feet deep. The balance of these poles were direct embed to the depth of 15 feet. We also replaced 130 miles of wire, consisting of 3 conductors, 1 OPGW line, and 1 static line. There were many challenges on this project. A major challenge was to complete the job in 75 days, including 2 mobilizations and demobilizations. This was a very big job, which spanned more than 26 miles, and we had to be finished by the deadline, no matter what. The first project outage started February 2016 and lasted 28 days. The second outage ran from April through May, and the third outage from September 15th through Thanksgiving. We had 35 men working 6 days per week. Working 6 days per week for 12 weeks was a major concern for us, so we had a full-time safety presence, as well as multiple site supervisors keeping an eye on the men and their fatigue factors. We also rotated days off among the men to keep them fresh. Another challenge was that Riggs Distler served as the general contractor and coordinated the civil and matting efforts in addition to rebuilding the line. In 2016, Riggs Distler's new matting group was seamlessly integrated with our transmission group. I'd like to introduce Michael Beyer, who is going to talk about the matting group and how it adds to the services that Riggs Distler provides.
My name is Michael Beyer, Project Manager in the Riggs Distler Environmental Construction and Matting Group. And I'd like to tell you about the access matting work we did this year for a major overhead line transmission project in Dixon, Illinois. Once it was determined how the transmission work would proceed, the matting group calculated the number of mats required to provide the access needed. Riggs Distler purchased new mats to support this project and establish a presence in the Midwest. The first step was to use flatbed trailers and straight log trucks to stage the mats in the right-of-way where they were installed to traverse environmentally sensitive areas as the project unfolded. Crews then used a forwarder to transport and install the mats in a way that permitted large vehicles to safely traverse them. Although the terrain in Illinois was not as challenging as the matting group's flagship area of the Northeast United States, the Illinois project did entail placing mats in challenging areas such as hillsides and adjacent to river locations, and did entail building a bridge over a river. When the transmission work was complete and the mats were removed, they were brushed thoroughly to ensure soil, contaminants, and even small invasive species were not carried from one area to another. Riggs Distler's matting group understands the importance of providing safe and stable access roadways while protecting and minimizing any disturbance to environmentally sensitive areas. Our crews help utility workers access the toughest, most remote locations to help ensure and improve the reliability of their transmission infrastructure. With its demonstrated expertise in environmental protection, with its commitment to constructing safe and stable access, and with its commitment to maintaining a safety record second to none, the matting group was honored to be part of the successful 20-mile transmission rebuild project Riggs Distler completed in central Illinois under budget and ahead of schedule.
The L10714 project is just one example of the good work Riggs Distler is doing on transmission lines across the country. Other work completed this year includes switch installations, tower wreckouts, a 6-mile OPGW installation done all by climbing, a tower raising project, and an STE project that involves raising wire by cutting in dead ends. Taken together, they show that Riggs Distler is realizing its vision of becoming a reliable, trusted transmission lines partner for the utilities it serves.
Greetings, I'm Manfred Conrath, Vice President of Riggs Distler's Underground Utilities Group, and I would like to talk to you about the good things that Riggs Distler continues to accomplish with our gas contracting activities. In 2016, in the suburbs of Baltimore, Maryland, Riggs Distler replaced approximately 2 miles of aging cast iron infrastructure with plastic and steel mains and replaced over 100 associated residential services. In addition, also for the same utility, Riggs Distler participated in other gas programs, including renewing leaking 3/4-inch steel high-pressure services, continuing a riser replacement program, and dedicating a crew to conduct corrosion control. As a result of our performance, Riggs Distler was awarded a 4-year contract with this customer to participate in a main replacement program. Our base work for 2017 thus includes replacing over 3 miles of deteriorated mains and services. On average, the replaced mains are 80 years old, and the services are over 50 years old. Riggs Distler has over 30 full-time gas employees on these Maryland projects, and this work continues under contract through 2020. Likewise, in 2016 in Pennsylvania, Riggs Distler was awarded a 5-year contract as part of an accelerated gas infrastructure modernization program. Specifically, our work took place in Upper Darby and Chester, and Riggs Distler crews retired more than 4.5 miles of old main pipe by replacing it with 2-inch through 8-inch plastic pipe. In addition, our crews renewed nearly 800 services in those 2 towns. For 2017, this work will continue in Upper Darby at greater levels. Also, in Delaware and Chester counties on the same system, Riggs Distler is the contractor of choice to install new gas mains and services to homes and businesses. At present, we have over 50 full-time project employees in Pennsylvania, and this work also continues through at least 2020. In addition to these 2 established long-term contracts in Maryland and Pennsylvania, Riggs Distler recently acquired PCT Contracting, LLC. The acquisition gives Riggs Distler's gas operations a 3rd major long-term contract with a large utility that will provide increased value to Riggs Distler's shareholders. All of Riggs Distler's gas work is conducted to the highest safety standards possible. Workers comply with OSHA and Department of Transportation regulations, perform industry-standard job briefs, employ safe rigging and lifting practices, and follow safe digging processes in a way that has earned Riggs Distler membership in the Gold Shovel Program, a nationwide organization that recognizes companies who demonstrate excellence in excavating, trenching, and directional drilling. We would like to recognize that Riggs Distler's gas crews in Maryland and Pennsylvania have not had a recordable injury in more than 3 years. In conclusion, Riggs Distler looks to build upon the significant amount of work performed in 2016 as we look to the challenge of performing 2017's even greater backlog. Riggs Distler is excited to add PCT under the NAPEC and Riggs Distler umbrella to create the premier gas contractor performing work in the Mid-Atlantic region.
Hi, my name is Paul Bizon, and I'd like to tell you about the Holtec 69 kV Greenfield substation Riggs Distler built in Camden, New Jersey. Riggs Distler built the substation from the ground up, performing all civil work in all aspects of the electrical installation. This was a fast-paced, schedule-driven project necessary to energize a new 600,000 square foot manufacturing and office campus with operational commitments to the owner, the local community, and state government. The civil work included the site earthwork and excavations. Riggs Distler installed drilled piers, spread footers, equipment pads, and self-performed all the project's concrete work. Crews also installed the duct bank and manholes for the 69 kV feeders, along with the trenching ensuring there was needed to excavate around underground lines and other obstructions. We also self-performed the site survey work. The electrical work included the erection of low bus and high bus steel structures, 70-foot high lightning masts, dead tank circuit breakers, air brake switches, circuit switchers, main substation transformers, station service transformers, a 69 kV relay house enclosure, a 15 kV switchgear enclosure, aluminum bus, and strain bus. Riggs Distler also installed above-grade and below-grade conduit, as well as secondary and control cables. Crews tested and terminated all cable in the field and verified all equipment was working as designed. The 15 kV power is distributed from the switchgear building. This facility contains all the 15 kV circuit breakers for each building on site and includes provisions for future expansion of the site. The site distribution includes 40,000 feet of power cables spread throughout the 50-acre campus. Rounding out the project, we installed site lighting, fence and gates, and final stone grading throughout the entire site. The substation, which feeds the Camden campus of Holtec manufacturing facilities, was completed in 4 months with 30 direct craft workers in roughly 25,000 man-hours. The substation was energized on time and on budget. Safety was a key concern during the project, much of which occurred during the hot summer months. Project leaders and members of the safety group conducted extensive on-site training so workers would be aware of and know how to mitigate all the hazards they faced in the substation. Riggs Distler created traffic patterns so vehicles could move safely in tight spaces and dedicated workers to guide drivers to their destinations. The job was completed without a single recordable injury. The project at Holtec shows that Riggs Distler can turn a bare patch of earth into a state-of-the-art substation containing the most recent technology and capable of providing reliable electricity to important members of the community. It shows the scope of work Riggs Distler can perform on its own, and it demonstrates Riggs Distler's ability to succeed as part of a larger team working on a project of significant magnitude. Above all, it testifies that Riggs Distler excels at just about any type of project a utility can assign it, whether it's in electric substations, overhead lines, underground lines, gas, solar energy, indoor electrical, or mechanical, and can do so in a way that is safe, productive, and cost-efficient for its customers. 2016 was a fantastic year for Riggs Distler. Thank you to everyone who helped us grow our services and our successes.